Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Larry Burchett, a practicing ER doctor. I had the opportunity to interview Dr. Jason Littleton. He's the author of Wellspring, The Energy Secrets to Do the Good Life. In this interview, we talked about practical tips that you can use to go from feeling tired and fatigued to energized.
What are the top 4 things you would tell people that help them get more energy? So let's just hit them with that.
Yeah, simple. Move, eat, drink, sleep. You have to learn.
Move, eat,
There you go.
drink, sleep.
It's that easy. That easy. Meds. See, if you do this, you maybe be able to stop taking your own meds. Move, eat, drink, sleep. You gotta move your body. You have to eat organic, healthy food, and you have to know when to eat it. You have to have hydration. You have to know how to drink water, when to drink water. Not just that, you gotta get good sleep. Because without good sleep, you're not going to be able to have the full energy that you need. And that's intuitive, right? We all know that, but you got to put it together.
M is for move. Dr. Jason says, try 5 minutes a day, 3 times a week.
Because only 15 minutes in a week, 5 minutes 3 times a week. You can do that. But listen, if you're going to do it, you cannot just half do it. If you're going to jog for 5 minutes, you got to push it. You got to.
Is 5 minutes really going to do anything? I'm skeptical.
It's going to do a lot. Here's the deal. If you go and tell someone, go to the gym for 30 minutes 3 times a week, fine, they'll do it week 1. Week 2 maybe, but week 3, it's going to be hard to keep that with your busy schedule. So if you got up right now, I put a jump rope in your hand, and for 5 minutes did that thing, and you didn't stop, and you pushed it, you might not be able to do the entire 5 minutes. We underestimate what 5 minutes can do.
I was a little skeptical of some of the stuff, I'm not gonna lie. So I tried it myself. So I actually, for a week, I got up and the first thing I did every day was I would do sprints. I did 10 sprints, took me about 10, 12 minutes. I would sprint for 10 seconds and then jog or walk at the end of it.
That was brutal. I'm kind of tired from all this sprinting. Only 10 sprints doesn't sound like much, but if you're really sprinting, that'll get you going. Dr. Jason, we'll see if this helps my energy, gets my energy up for the rest of the day.
Totally worked. My energy went up for the rest of the day. I think that was because it metabolically did something for me. It was only 10 minutes. Worked for me because it was practical. I didn't sweat enough. I had to come in and shower and add more time. I could do it at home or where I was. But I think also I felt a sense of accomplishment of doing something early in the day, of kind of conquering the day. And there's something about when you take action, when you move, the universe moves with you. I think that was a great one. E, let's talk about E, eating. You can absolutely have fatigue, tiredness from eating junk, especially high sugar, high processed foods that when you eat them, you get this rush of sugar, carbohydrates when they're broken down into simple sugars. Those spike in your blood. Your insulin comes after it to lower that, and that insulin tide can make you tired. Complex carbohydrates, for example, like a sweet potato is even good, French fries, brown rice, they take longer to digest in your stomach. And so when the nutrients are entering your bloodstream, you don't have this spike like this where it goes up and down. It's a little more level and it supplies you with a kind of a longer lasting supply of energy.
When we talk about eating, first of all, we talk about whole foods. So foods from the earth, okay? When we talk about vegetables, we talk about fruit, we talk about organic products, that's where more of the vitamins and nutrients come from. When you have things that have had pesticides or any type of fertilizer on it or anything like that, and we eat what our foods eat. And so these things get in our body and it makes a difference. And what we want to do is we want to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then we want to have a snack in between, breakfast and lunch, dinner, and dinner and bedtime. The perfect snack I recommend to my patients and clients is almonds and blueberries.
What are those going to do for people energy-wise?
First of all, almonds, that's the lean fat. It's the lean protein. And then we all know that blueberries are a superfood. It's an elite carb. And that's going to give you energy.
So you got your 3 meals of the day. When you feel hungry in the afternoon or maybe late morning, try blueberries and almonds. I think those are decent little snacks. I don't think from food as much you're gonna get a burst of energy. It certainly doesn't compare to caffeine and energy drinks and stuff like this. But when you eat healthy, instead of eating junk like chips, too much bread, processed foods, things like that, when you remove that, when you eliminate that, you eliminate these crashes and fatigue and sluggishness think most people say they feel better when they're eating healthier foods. I think that's true. D for drink, hydration. You know what? I'm just gonna be honest about this one. Personally, my opinion, I don't really agree with Dr. Jason on this one. Drinking water and hydration, I think is completely overrated. So many people say, oh, make sure you're drinking water, drinking water. I see people come to the ER and they tell me they'll have some problem and they'll say, but I'm drinking a lot of water. And I'm like, you know, it doesn't matter. I don't know that drinking a lot of water is gonna do much for your energy, to be honest. Priority-wise, for most people, the big hitters are gonna be exercise, food, the next thing we're gonna talk about, sleep, and then mission. I think mission is a big one, and I think our headspace. I think the stuff that we got going on in our head affects the way that we feel long before how many cups of water, how many bottles of water we're drinking. That's just my opinion. The last one of his meds, MEDS, is sleep. Sleep might be the most undervalued thing for happiness and for health. I think most of us don't prioritize it. We don't get enough of it. And part of the consequence is that we feel tired and fatigued during the day.
The number one thing people tell me all the time is that I can't get sleep because of racing thoughts. That's the number one thing that I hear. Now there are other things, of course, but you have to deal with the racing thoughts first. So what you want to do is pick up your journal, write a possible solution. Write down 10 possible solutions, because one of the things I found is that the mind will accept a possible construct that you put down on paper. You'll be able to sleep better because your mind at least is saying, hey, you know what, we got something working here.
That's a great practical thing. So you're worrying about something, you're at the end of the day, put it down on paper, put some possible solutions down there, let it go.
Let it go.
Good suggestion.
And people can get answers when they wake up in the morning.
Sleep is such a simple, easy thing you can do if you prioritize it. You're gonna figure these things out overnight. We're gonna come up with some possibilities tomorrow. Let it go. Being able to let that go and actually get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, not 6 and not 4. So many people tell me, oh, I just need 6 hours of sleep at night. I'm really skeptical that most people, some people can, but really it's 7, 8, 9. And I would challenge people to get a full 8 hours of sleep for a week and see how you feel. You're gonna feel better. I definitely agree with moving, with exercise, with sleep. Dehydration, you know my opinion, I'm not that impressed with it. What do you think? What might work for you? Do you hear things in here that can work for you going from this fatigue, tiredness to more energy? A lot of us want more energy. What can you do to get more energy? Check out his book and his website, drjason.com. Give me some feedback, follow the YouTube channel, and thanks for tuning in. See you next time.